G'day, Michael here. Today I'm bringing a video with the official cut test of the Beluga fixed blade, and that is going up to a similar knife, which is the Cima 1 with a modified sheath. This knife is based on the Easy 3 and it has a fairly similar profile. Pretty close, don't you think? So the handle's much better though on the Beluga. It's just a tad short on this one, but this was my first Chinese knife that I bought specifically as a Chinese knife, and it has sat in the truck and got rusty, and it's just sat in the toolbox underneath, so it's copped a fair bit of the weather. And I used this for the first time today to resharpen it and to measure the angle, and I found that this thing is about 1.25 degrees out, which is quite a bit actually. So now I've got to allow for that when I use the angle, and you've got to zero it, and I've now got to allow for the angle size. So when I sharpen this, I adjusted it to what this says, but it's actually quite a bit out. So this is about 20 degrees, I think, and this is about 17 degrees, I think. And this one's sharpened to 1000 grit, this one's sharpened to 800 grit. So sharp enough to do the test today. So we shall start with the Cima. That way you'll have to stick to the end to see the Beluga, or not. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. But we'll start with the Cima 1, which is now years old. And just see how it goes. This at the time was 7cr17mov steel, and it was touted as pretty good steel for that. So this will be a bit of a bench made of supposedly properly done 7cr. And we're going to put it up against the 440C variant n690 steel to see how it performs. So the first test I did with this one, just on the factory edge, was between 50 and 60 cuts. So I'm hoping this is now on its third edge, that it should be around the 70 or so mark. But we'll see how that goes today. That's what 440 steel should be, with D2, proper D2 around the 100 mark, just as a bit of a benchmark on that. So we shall start with the 7cr, which I'm betting about 30 cuts to 40 maybe. We shall soon see. So let's start. By the way, this sheath, like, the knife actually feels solid, and the handle feels quite solid too for what it was. I think it's micarta of some sort, but it's actually quite a solid piece, and it feels pretty good. It's pretty similar to Easy 3, so if you're aware of that, you're aware of this one. And it's got this metal clip, which is quite tough, but it actually carries on your belt where it should. Not like these ones that are up here, but it carries down here where it should be. So for the money at the time, $30 or whatever it was when I first bought it, it was a pretty good buy. I haven't used it much because it's just sat in the truck, so that's one cut. Right, so there's the first 10 for the Cima one. No problems. Yay, we made it past one. Let's keep going. Round 2. All right, 20. You know what would be really bad? If this knife beat the beluga, I would cry. Seriously, I would cry. That's 20. Cannot be. It won't be. Let me change glasses. Ooh, that's rough. Really rough. A little bit better, but still rough. Alright. Is there a hang up? It's our first 30-degree day here today. Summer's on the way, it doesn't take long out here. We go from winter to summer with about a day of spring. I think I can't see any glitter along the edge. Well, it's not feeling really that good. Alright, we'll call that one. There's an okay cut, so we'll give it 20 and we'll see how it goes on the 30, but I think it's definitely on the way out there. It's getting harder to cut. Definitely losing its bite. And yeah, I can see some glittering now along that edge. So I'm guessing that on 30 cuts, it's going to be finished. It's got little catches, big catch there. That one's all right. Catch, yeah. It's done. It's done. So Cima 7cr 30 cuts with glittering along that edge. Quite predominant. All right, that was quick. Now I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes. Now we shall get to the beluga, which should get at least 60, if not more. So let's proceed. Oh, you gotta love those first cuts. Feels so good to use. Easy 10, lots of bite, just like we want. And let's see, Mr. Beluga. Beautiful. On 10. I can tell you it's all over the Cima. In performance up to the 20 cuts at least. Ooh. Okay. 20. Righto, 30. Can't see anything on the edge yet. I can see a little bit of wear on that. It is wearing. It's cutting, but the edge is wearing away there on 30. I can see a bit of wear on that edge. Come on, Beluga, don't do this to me. Oh, rotten. That's 40. No, it doesn't seem to be doing as good. Alright, that's clean. That's it. But you can see some wear along the edge on 40. But it's still cutting well. Good bite. Right, so this is where we really started to slow down the other day, around this 50 mark. So that's 50 now, and we'll just see how we go. I like that cut. That was alright. That one was alright. It's a very hot, muggy day. I think 50's okay. But we have to be sure on this, because this is the crux of the whole test. Right here. So we have to make sure, so I'm sorry about how many cut tests. And so it's still cutting. Right. that's 50. And it still feels good to cut. Let's see if we can get another 10. Right, there's the 60 mark. Well, beat Cima at least. And this is probably where I'd be expecting it to get. Maybe 70, maybe. Can see where along the edge. A bit, nothing real tragic. Alright, still cutting. So let's go for another 10. Right, 70. Have we come to the end, ladies and gentlemen? You would suspect that we must be close. It is getting harder to cut. Not by a great deal. Still got a working edge. That was a bit. That one was all right. So it's still cutting, but not very well. Taken hairs, but not very convincingly. Let's try one more piece of paper. Let's see if we can get another 10 out of it. For 80. Yeah. Okay, it's a working edge, but it's not having a big jag, and it's still cutting rope. So we'll do another 10. Some of you would say no. Still got some bite to it. It puts us on 80. Yeah, that's definitely, I think, had it. I can see too much glitter now, so I'm probably going to end it regardless. I would think this is the end of the line. Well, that just tore. Yeah. That tore. That cut. Still not doing any big jags, it's just worn on the edge. That cut. And that cut. I'm going to call it. It's because I can see glittering along the edge as well. It's kind of cutting, but not good enough. So I'm going to call it definitely there on 80, which is about what I would expect on 440C. So pretty good, pretty decent, and still cutting, though not shaving hairs. Yeah, not even close to shaving hairs anymore. But a workable edge. So there you have it. Just feels good to use though. It really does. Feels great to cut with. That sweeping belly is just the perfect size. And outcuts. The seam is pretty decent, but just outcut by a long way. So thank you and have a great day or night wherever you are. God bless.